Welcome to Movie Recap World, where boundaries blur and forbidden desires ignite. A brilliant doctor finds himself entangled in a web of secrecy. Today, we'll take a look at the fourth episode of the mini TV series called Obsession. So let's get started. Jay continues to follow William, his heart pounding with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. He maintains a safe distance, walking slowly behind him, careful not to attract any attention. As William enters an imposing apartment building, he approaches the entrance and attempts to open the door, only to find it locked. Frustrated, he realizes he needs to find another way inside to uncover the truth. In a moment of desperation, Jay pulls out his phone and dials his mother's number. He quickly explains the situation, hoping that his mother might have some insight into his father's whereabouts. Meanwhile, inside the apartment, William finds himself drawn to Anna, who is blindfolded and seemingly vulnerable. He moves closer, his senses heighten, and starts sniffing her. Back outside, Jay's persistence pays off as he spots someone exiting the apartment building. Seizing the opportunity, he slips inside before the door closes, his heart pounding with a mix of anticipation and trepidation. As Jay stealthily climbs the stairs, he can hear muffled voices emanating from behind one of the doors. His curiosity getting the better of him, he inches closer. Without thinking, he musters the strength to break down the door, revealing a scene that will forever be etched into his memory. His father is in a terrible state, his face contorted with anguish with Anna. Jay backs away, slips on the railing, and falls down the stairwell. His father runs after him and embraces his lifeless body, while Anna dresses up and exits as if nothing happened. William notices tears streaming down her face as he watches her. When William returns home, he witnesses Ingrid hitting her head on a drawer and sees Sally's sadness. Sally asks her father if it's true, and William can't say anything. Just as Sally is about to get angry, Ingrid tells her to leave, and William looks at him and says that Jay had just called him. Ingrid confesses that she is not sad, that she caused her son's death, and that she has brought chaos to their family. She goes crazy and starts hitting her head on the drawer. William tries to stop her, and she embraces him. Later, they go to the morgue, and after Ingrid looks at her son's lifeless body, she looks at William. When they return home, Ingrid tells William, "You should have destroyed yourself when you realized you were in love with him. I could have buried you and moved on with my life." During Jay's funeral, William enters and sits with his family. When William looks back, he sees Anna's mother, Elizabeth, and turns his gaze forward. After the funeral, Elizabeth approaches William, expressing her sorrow and sharing that she went through the same things when her son Aston died. William says, "My son didn't commit suicide, it was an accident," and asks about Anna's whereabouts. Elizabeth doesn't know, and William assumes she probably left a note. Sitting on a bench and looking at his phone, William is approached by Ingrid, who tells him that this is their last meeting. When William responds with "I understand," Ingrid yells at him to leave. He gets up and walks away, gets in his car, sends a message to Anna asking if she's okay, and starts driving to Peggy's place asking about Anna's whereabouts. Anna is at her mother's house talking to her. Elizabeth tells her, "You can stay here as long as you want," and asks Anna to promise that this will be the end. Anna asks her, "What do you mean by this will be the end?" Elizabeth tells her about the men who have been in love with her for all this time and what happened to her brother Aston. Anna is confused and asks why her brother was in love with her all this time and didn't do anything. Elizabeth responds that no one could handle it, and after Anna loses control and wreaks havoc, she leaves the house. Later, Anna goes to a hotel and approaches a man named David who has been watching her. She puts the room key on the table and sits with David's wife when she arrives. When David and his wife ask Anna about her husband's whereabouts, she tells them about all the terrible events, and the couple looks at her in horror as she leaves. At night, Anna goes to a beach party and starts dancing with the man she likes. Later, the man takes her hand and pulls her into a corner, but when he moves too fast, Anna tells him to stop and walk away. When the man grabs her arm, she punches him and turns around to find William. They hold hands and go to a room together. William makes her take a bath, and then they sit at a restaurant. William tells Anna that his father told him to make a decision and act, and that he has been striving for that. Anna responds, "Look at what these thoughts have done," and tells him that they shouldn't continue any further. William says that what has happened has already happened and they can't change it. When Anna asks if he regrets it, William says he doesn't. Anna gets up from the table, tells William not to follow her, and leaves the hotel. She goes back to work but becomes stressed and goes outside. She makes a phone call and says, "I need you. Let's meet at home." Then she goes home and William follows her. However, we realize that William has actually met with a real estate agent while Anna has met with Peggy. William puts his hand into the fireplace and finds Anna's diary, reading every page. A year later, we see that Anna is seeing a psychologist who she looks at with venomous eyes. And here we come to the end of the series. If you like the content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.